Hey kids, and welcome to our podcast.
Where it's just two girls just talking about being bros.
Honestly, welcome back. New week, new us. New studio,
studio,
new us.
Woo! Guys,
Welcome.
we are back in town, back in person. For now, me and Roxanne can be in person, so we're here.
So why did we let you do any sort of introduction? I'm kidding.
So
you're getting better.
I'm growing
I'm
slowly.
growing.
I mean, we are. It's a little bit embarrassing at this point that we're like 4 years in, but like, and it's
No
still
one
like
has to
this,
know.
but it's okay. But guys, this is the new studio. It still needs to be rearranged. It's a little bit plain,
Yeah.
but it's a start, guys.
And you know what they say? Better to start than never
To start. So
I
this
know I
is
said
our
that.
mascot.
I know, I didn't authorize this. What is she? Okay, here's the thing. I know we're partners, and I know that she respects me, but then she does things like this that genuinely is like, I might need 51% of the business just so that stuff like this doesn't happen.
But tell me this. There's no better animal that represents our friendship other than a pigeon.
A rat bird. The
Full-grown
bird that is
rat.
most reminiscent of a rat, and that literally eats garbage.
Guys, isn't he cute?
It really is. It really is the most reminiscent of a friendship because it's like, he really isn't that bad.
No,
You can't blame the guy.
it's not his fault that he looks like this, but we love it.
Yeah, some of them are pretty when they're nice and tan,
Yeah.
like, you know, like the tan colored ones more than the gray colored
Yeah.
ones. They make I guess a cool sound, like
Just like that.
just like that.
So he'll be chilling here for the rest of our podcasts of all time.
If so, if
whether
you're
Roxanne likes or not.
Literally, she's lucky that we're doing this on her turf. Otherwise, if this was on my turf, this would be a completely different thing. It wouldn't be a nice setup. It would be like a literally the corner of my basement, like sitting on the floor. Just
Good.
destroy everything. We got these 6 chairs. Shout out to Victory's mom. Leave a comment down. You can't see them at all. I know you can't see what we see, but they're just. I'm literally in
It's
the
the
way.
corner. They're
They're cool.
comfy.
They got cool desks.
Yeah.
Lefties are finally winning.
I know, guys. So my mom comes home with these chairs, and then she told me like they have like desks, and I was like, okay, that's actually perfect. We can attach our mics, put our laptops there, solid. Like, I mean, she brings them home. You know, not. First glance, I'm like, okay, I didn't obviously notice that they're both left side because my brain doesn't work that way. But I noticed, the green color, and I'm like, it's fine. It's not the prettiest color of all time, but like it'll do. It's fine, whatever. Not hating. But then I go to put it in the desks, and I'm like, why are they both on the left side? Like,
What can
come
I say?
on.
Welcome to my world. Literally, like,
finally.
I'm left-handed, so it's like I've just gotten so used to just right. Like, that's the thing I realized. It's like I've been forced right-handed things down my throat my entire life.
Yeah.
So legitimately, pretty much the only thing I do is write with my left hand and like fine motor skills. So like scooping ice cream was always easier with my left hand because it's more like smaller movements rather than big movements, and like little things like that. But now I am the majority.
You're comfortable. No, I know. I have to turn.
It's like in university, they would only put left-handed desks on the one, so it'd be
yeah.
one strip. It's like down the aisle, on the left aisle, and right-handed people always sit there. And I'm like, listen, I understand that like it's not a big thing to write, but when your desk is this big, and then that means that you are legitimately turned away from your professor just to write.
Yeah,
not a great time.
Because it's already inconvenient when it's right-handed.
Yeah,
like it's already such an inconvenience when it's a tiny desk for right hand. So like, so sorry.
It's okay,
But it's okay. Look, now you can be comfortable.
Now I'm thriving
with all your writing on the podcast.
I'm actually transcribing this.
Yeah,
Like I'm literally just like,
you know us.
It's like, those people like the what are they called? They have like a long name.
I know what you mean.
Like they scribe everything.
Yeah. Oh my god.
In courts,
Oh,
like they go like up.
Wow, it's gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me.
This is so nice to have this available to me. Just to the person who types out the things
The
said
scriber
in court.
No,
it's something with the. I feel like idiots. They gave me court reporter. That's not what it is. Oh, here. Stenographer.
Oh, never heard that word in my life.
Really?
Mind,
I've heard it a couple times.
No.
I'm not mad about it though. I wonder. do you know what that reminds me of? So everything somehow always comes back to either Shrek, Madagascar, or Ratatouille on this podcast.
Yeah.
This time it's gonna be Madagascar.
Ooh.
Made me think of because we watched it recently. me and my younger brother and my sister. And it just reminded, there's a part where like the King Julian's talking, and then like I guess they're like having a meeting in the plane. Have you ever watched Madagascar? Like
I did when it came out in the movie theater, and that's the first and last time I've seen
you
it.
gotta refresh. It's a great film.
I haven't seen it.
I think there'd be some good laughing moments in there for us.
Probably.
But so there's a moment where they're having a meeting, and then it's I think a chameleon. And he's the stenographer of the meeting. So they like ask him, they're like, oh, strike that from the record. And the way he was typing out was like with his tongue, it's like that, like hitting it. It made me die of laughter. It shouldn't have, but it really did.
So you can. So Roxanne's just not going to speak the rest of the podcast. She's just going to type
my
with my tongue everything I say.
Literally. Oh, but Madagascar runs deep in my family roots. So like to the point where like even my dad hates animated movies. He hates most movies. But he hates animated movies like with a burning passion. Like he really didn't like us watching them growing up. But so on my first day at work, I was set to cut wood with a saw. I think it's a miter saw. It's the saw that when I went to buy with my dad, he made me give him my shoelace so we could close the trunk. Have I ever told us? I think I did.
I feel like I've heard of it.
He like stared at my shoelace and he was like, "You're gonna take that off?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I need a rope to close this." And I was like, "Oh, so I'm literally giving you my shoelace right now."
Yeah,
a classic Tato tale. But anyway, so I was like measuring the piece of wood, and for some reason I thought pushing it behind the saw would be enough, but in fact it wasn't. It cut right through the measuring tape. So there's just like I don't know, 40 inches or so of the end of a measuring tape.
You never know when that's going to come in handy.
Exactly. So then later, I guess my dad was using it because we were running low on tape measures because I cut one. So like there wasn't enough to go around. So he was like measuring things that were like kind of small. So he's like, okay, so he was using that. But then he was like holding it like this or whatever. So it was like in his hand. And he was like using it as though because in the movie Madagascar, King Julian, he has like a skeleton hand and he uses it to like point and all this stuff. And that's how my dad was doing. He was like, "You guys understand the reference?" And I was like, I know where I get it from.
Did a tear shed from your eye?
I was like, God bless.
I don't blame you for that.
I know. I love him so much.
I feel like I remember Madagascar being good. I actually realized nothing back that I think we watched it one time in elementary school as well. So I think I've seen it like twice. Maybe. I know, everyone knows.
I've seen it
that
twice
Roxanne's
this year. Like in the past 12 months, I've seen it twice.
Roxanne's the animated movie junkie.
No, only those.
Oh yeah, like her like select 5.
Yeah.
Just on repeat.
Yeah, those.
But yeah, I haven't watched it so long, but I remember that one being good. And I remember I think I liked it in the movie theater because I remember having a Madagascar birthday cake.
I think that was before me and you were friends.
Yeah, because it was like, I think it came out when we were in like 1st or 2nd grade.
Okay.
Right? It's like
long ago. It's long. Like if you look at the animation, it was great for the time.
Yeah.
But now you look back, you're like, they would have made it way more realistic. But like, I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's a little vintage.
It's a little
takes you back.
Vintage. It's like 2004 or something.
Oh my god. Oh,
when did Madagascar come out? Take your guess right now. I'm saying 2004 for no reason.
I was gonna say 2004. Fine, I'll say 2006.
Oh, I just the country. I didn't know it was a real country. I thought it was made up because of this movie, so it's kind of dangerous. But
I forgot.
Madagascar movie. Ooh, 2005. I win because I didn't go over.
Fine, you got me with my own rules.
I know. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, on this podcast, you always rub it in. It's like we didn't go over. But yeah, the penguins are hilarious in that movie. But there's like 4 of them or whatever. But like they just me, Lita, and so me, my sister, and my younger brother, we always like pretend like who's who, and like we just die of laughter.
Isn't there? Sorry.
Yeah. No, go.
Isn't there a spin-off of just the penguins?
Yeah,
I've seen that too.
The penguins of Madagascar.
I've seen that.
They were kind of like the minions of Despicable Me. They're hilarious though. Great movie. But so speaking of my dad. Me being proud of my dad, I've had a few moments where he probably wasn't so proud of me. And there's one in particular. Like, listen, I'm a human. I get it. He gets it. But there's just this one moment where I think my dad probably had to like take off his hat and just walk away for a minute because of how bad this was. So we decided to treat ourselves. We got some nice Tim Hortons coffee in the morning. And I was holding in my hand my coffee, large 2 cream 1 sugar, obviously a classic. I have a small 2 cream 1 sugar right now. And I go to put it down. But then the issue with me putting it down was that now I was disoriented and didn't realize that it was there. So I turn to talk to my family and I smack it off the table. So it goes kerplunk on the ground. And luckily the lid didn't come off. It was just so lucky it didn't come off. So then I go to grab it, but I guess through the motion of grabbing it, the lid then popped off. And I didn't get a good grip of it. So now it completely spilled again. Wide open, coffee all over the floor. And my dad just sat there and like I literally just kissed an entire like the cup was empty by the time I got around to it.
No coffee for Roxanne.
And my dad was just watching that and he was like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe that this just happened. And he watched it and he was like, what's going on right now? So that I was just thinking about that because I literally was like, I'm so sorry. And he was
such
like,
a mood.
fine.
I'd do the same. Maybe that's why we're friends. Maybe
Thanks.
that's why.
Maybe. I can't remember the last time I like genuinely spilled something that bad. Like that bad.
Me neither.
It's like your anniversary of your laptop. Like
guys,
what else has happened?
Ago today, I spilled my whole matcha latte on my laptop and sold a laptop for a couple of months.
We gotta celebrate it every year.
I've had some close calls because like I am a cold cup hoarder.
I don't know why I just did that. If you're listening, if you're like just listening to this, I just randomly put air in my mouth and then just blew it out while Victor was talking for no reason. But anyways, I apologize.
I'm a cold cup hoarder because I find that it's just the easiest way for me to drink water. Like I know I have like whatever usable, like I don't like plastic bottles. I will use them like if I'm going somewhere and I want to fit in my like mini backpack and I don't want it to spill everywhere. And like the reusable ones are usually heavy or whatever. But then I do have reusable water bottles. But I just find it so like I'll drink so much less if I have to unscrew it and then lift it up and then put it down. When I have my cold cup with the little straw, you go just like that. Tutorial how to drink water. It's so simple, it's so easy, it's so convenient. I got a Tim Hortons one.
I saw.
I've been looking for this. Well, I haven't been looking for it because no Tim Hortons near me ever has it, so I completely forgot about it. But then I went to some random location with my dad, and I was like,
got him.
Also, I have a funny story about that too. But to finish my cold cup hoarder point, it's just so much easier to drink from this. But the problem becomes, this one's actually pretty secure. Like I can hold it by here and like shake it around and watch it. This be like the one time it just goes. But all the Starbucks ones, which I have a lot of those, the lid will come pretty much right off. And I always like grab it like this. And guys, the amount of times that it like kind of comes off and I grab it and a little bit spills out, I'm like, I need to stop this. We've been here before where I've almost spilled it on my laptop several times. I need to stop it, but I do it every time. But it's just so much more convenient, so I live on the risk. Oh, and also as a side point, I went on a walk the other day, like around my neighborhood. I didn't want to pour it in a water bottle, so then I just held like this around the whole block, and I just felt like such a loser, but also like such a main character vibes that...
Absolutely not. That's not true at all. Like in no shape, way, or form are you the main character with walking around with a cold cup. And then... Not just that, she has the audacity one day to Snapchat me, and she's like, I look like I'm going to go play b-ball with the boys. Guys. Now, let me explain something to you. In no way, shape, or form was any piece of your outfit making you look like you were going to go play b-ball with the boys. What it looked like more was like you were going to go outside and watch the boys play b-ball. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, I mean, fair. It's just because
if you're new here, go watch our aerial tutorial video and just look at how she's dressed. She was probably dressed essentially the same thing, except it was in black. No, that doesn't mean you're playing b-ball with the boys.
No, the reason why I said that is because I bought like recently those like I don't know what to call them, just like cloth shorts, but they didn't have any like whatever shape to them. They were just straight cut, so it looked like the basketball shorts. Because they had like the waistband too.
Here's a question: do you know what basketball shorts are?
I know they're in the material. Yeah, it's a different material, but like the style reminded me of them.
And they're long as heck. Like they go like just above the knees.
So
for you, it should be a dress. It should be below the knees.
I mean, like it was a stretch because I also was wearing a crop top and a fanny pack, but like it was mainly the shorts.
And she was wearing running shoes. She's talking as though she's pulling up in Jordans, like signed by like a basketball player or something. I was like, girl, you literally don't look like it at all. So I had to bring you down a couple notches. I didn't want to be mean. The outfit was nice. I was just like, listen, I can't let her get away with this. Yeah. So
Fair.
and then
you
also
brought me hit me back to reality.
yeah, I know, I keep you humble. But oh wait, do you want to tell your story?
Oh,
Oh, was that your story?
no, I had another point about it.
Yeah,
it's kind of
before
on a
I go off,
different
I have.
tangent, okay.
Do you want me to go off on my
Is
tangent?
it still like, is it fashion related?
Yeah.
Okay, you finish that, then we'll circle
That's
back.
what I
We'll circle
thought.
back.
It's
Stay
specifically
tuned, guys.
you.
Cliffhanger. It's such a great story. It's really not.
This is specifically you.
Mm-hmm.
So last year, I discovered biker shorts, and I was like, you know what? This is great. I love
hate
biker
myself.
shorts because they're long, so it's like no one can. Because here's the thing: they sell girl shorts that fit this big, and then they're all like, "Oh, why are your shorts so small?" Show me a girl short that is longer than 4 inches, and I will wear it. Like, what are you talking about?
You're like,
but anyways,
Full Moon Central.
exactly. Like, you know, like indecent exposure ending up on the list.
Yeah.
I don't need that in my life. So I discovered biker shorts, and I was like, that's sick. I like to be free in my clothing, so why wouldn't I want to wear like spandex shorts but longer? That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I wore them, and Victor's like, I just don't think I could ever get behind them. They don't look great, none of that, you know, the yada yada typical of Roxanne brings something up and Victory shuts it down for absolutely no reason. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
it's not a classic, but metaphorically it is.
Yeah.
So lo and behold, I receive a Snapchat from this young lady saying, finally caved and got my biker shorts, and I was like, interesting.
Guys, I hate myself. I am such a fashion, especially when it comes to fashion, mainly because this is where mainly most, and music.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, are we just gonna ignore the elephant in the room?
Yeah, that and books, and movies,
everything.
But like, I don't know why I'm like this, but like, it's specifically I can think of the most examples when it comes to like fashion stuff. But like, I'll see something, i.e. biker shorts, and I'll hate it, or not hate it, just I feel like I can never see myself wearing that, because like I didn't necessarily hate it on you. I wasn't like, you put on the biker shorts and I was like, disgusting, right? Like,
but so many words.
Like, it's just I can never see myself wearing that. Like, I just don't like it personally. I never see myself wearing that, right?
Let me say though, I did say that I was like, I do think they would look good on you, and they did. So.
And a year later, here I am with biker shorts. Like, I don't know. I just judge it. I guess I just judge it so often without trying it, which I guess never judge things before you try them is the moral of the story. And then a year later, I find them. You're missing the most important part. You're not just judging it.
You are also then railing on your best friend, saying you're poo-poo garbage, Roxanne. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. She was literally with the Hunger Games. She was just like, oh, yeah, I don't know. But then she comes to me and she's like, yo, the Hunger Games, though. And I was like, listen, I have no problem with you hopping on the Hunger, but to ignore. No, I'm kidding. No, you're pretty good, though, with acknowledging your flaws.
Yeah, I'm usually good. But then, see, part of those, like, I just forget. Like, whatever. I remember the famous song example, too. Lord, yeah, Royals. I just forgot that you showed me that. Because it was so long. It took me so long to just listen to it.
Yeah. But to be fair, I only heard it way before it became famous.
That's true.
Because this actually, fun fact, apparently Lorde, the reason she got famous was because of Spotify. Because Spotify's whole thing was they were trying to show that they can make someone famous by pushing their music. And what happened to Lorde was what they would do is make a playlist with really well-known people, but then throw in a couple of her songs, right? Because she was low, so they probably didn't have to pay her a lot because she was nobody at the time. And apparently she was a pet project. Someone shared this article. Like, this could be fake. Yeah. But I mean,
it sounds legit.
I'd believe it because one person at karate camp, she showed it to me, or she was playing it, and she was like, oh yeah, like this is just like a random song. Like it's not that she said it was by like this big person, you might know them. She was just like, oh, I heard this song recently and I really liked it. And then it took like, I think the entire summer before it became famous. Yeah. So I was like, okay, not bad.
Maybe just Roxanne's just on top of the trends like a year before. It takes me long. Yeah. I don't know. I like that. I literally like not even just with you. Like I remember one of my friends from like elementary school told me about Harry Potter, and I was like, nah. I remember being like, nah, like not for me. I'm not into that stuff. And then flash forward, that was my biggest personality trait was Harry Potter for like a time. What kind of still is.
Yeah.
The other day I just got dressed up in the car. My scarf. It was a whole moment.
Yeah,
but anyways,
that's what I was saying. I was like, what are you saying was?
I don't know why I'm like that. Like literally with everything. Like Adidas Superstars. There was a time where I hated on them like crazy. 2 years later,
guess who's in the meantime wearing Adidas Superstars?
Roxanne. It's just this is a trend.
Yeah.
It's
like
me hating on it.
I think at this point we have to ask ourselves, Do you hate the object or do you hate the person who is wearing them?
Have you ever worn a sweater vest?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have.
Because I used to hate them too, and then
You used to laugh at my vests. Did you forget?
Guys,
Are you forgetting the part where you literally laughed at my vest?
The zip-up vest, I laugh at that still. But
you heard it here first, folks. She laughed at my zip-up vest.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I guess the moral of the story is I just gotta be open more. That's what I said. Now I'm self-aware that I do that. That I'm like, I literally can't say that with anything. Yeah. Because I will probably have it like it in a couple months from now. So just try new things. Be open to them, people. That's the moral of this story.
And don't
make fun
bully
of
your best friend for doing it, and then later show up and say, "Whoa, have you seen this trend?
Yeah.
It's great." And then I say yes. I'm kidding. Yeah. It's fine.
I mean,
I will take criticism. If you need to make fun of me, I'm open, because if you can't if you're dishing it out and can't take it, don't dish it out. So that's really I need you to balance me out and keep me humble.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, another very me thing to do is it reminds me when I bought this Tim Hortons cold cup, which honestly it's smaller than the Starbucks one, but it has a cute little maple leaf at the top. So cute. But this lid's more secure, but anyways. So me and my dad, he had to go to some like watch repair store. So we went literally in the middle of nowhere. Like, I don't even know what realm of the city we were in.
Well, to be fair, there's a lot. To be fair, we were going to our friend's Yorena's house. And I was telling Victory that we have to go a certain way. Yeah. Granted, she's the driver, and I will always respect that. Mm-hmm. However, I'm also the passenger who has in fact been to Yorena's house a couple more times than she has. Mm-hmm. So I was like, we go this way. And she's like, nah, man, you got to make that turn. And I was like, listen, put your faith in old Roxanne. There's a reason that I'm still here. I'm still hanging on. Trust me. And she was like, yeah, she was so ready for me to be wrong. And she was going to gloat the heck out of me. Lo and behold, I did, in fact. I was right. We still got there. I don't know which way is faster. I think that way because Yorena does drive that way. 100%
so your way. Yeah. But maybe I just want to take you on the scenic route.
Maybe you just want to show me around town.
Yeah.
Maybe you just want to hang out. Maybe you just want to hold my hand.
More time with you. I don't know.
It could be. I don't blame you. I want more time with me too.
But yeah. So I went to Tim Hortons. I got the cold, and this story just fully encapsulates who I am. So I made my order.
Did you just say encapsulates?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't... See, I'm not going to... Oh! Just breaks the technology.
It's encapsulate, right? What's it called?
I think a better suiting word would just be captures my entire personality. Yeah. Maybe
I want to use fancy words.
Maybe you should.
I think I'm saying it wrong, but there's some kind of word like that.
Encapsulates is you're gonna break us. I think encapsulates a little bit... That's okay. Whatever. You know what? Fine. I'll allow it. Thanks. The judge, the verdict's in. You're allowed.
We're getting a pass. So I made like the order for like what we actually came there for, and then I got the food. Then I noticed the cup in like the back, and I was like, "Let me go back." So I went back, and I was like, "Can I get that cup?" And I think the cashier, she was new there and was training, or whatever, and she puts in like the thing, and the total comes out to like $14, and I was like, that's a little pricey for
a little much
for a plastic cold cup, because I think the Starbucks ones, when you buy them individually, are like maybe $6. If that even seems like too much. No,
that's rounding up. That's
rounding up. I think they're cheaper than that,
and they're bigger.
And they're bigger too. Yeah. But then, so I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't say anything. Like, I just couldn't bring myself to say anything. Like, I was full on ready to pay the $16 for this cold cup. But then luckily another, like, worker came and was like, whoa, like, that's not right. And then, like, changed it. And it was only, like, I forget how much it was. Like, $4 or whatever. But I was full on ready to pay the $16 or whatever it was, because I just couldn't be myself, be the person. I just couldn't, like, go through like, I didn't want to embarrass her and be like, is that the right price? And I just couldn't, that awkward situation, like, I just couldn't do it.
Listen.
And I know, like, I'm totally in the right, and I should totally be like, is that $16? Like, I know I totally have the right to do that, and it's not even being rude, it's just asking, but I just couldn't.
And you're just helping her, because people make mistakes.
I know, I just couldn't do it. I was like, I can't live in this, like, awkward.
Holy smokes, no wonder you have me around. I'm like, I'd be like, oh, excuse me, I think $16 was
$16.
Something happened.
But yeah, that was my story. But speaking of Tim Hortons, because I know you've been dying to.
I know.
So I'm like, I needed a good segue.
So
get Tim Hortons. So for those who don't,
that was a whole lot of nothing.
It is a beautiful little coffee and donut and food chain in big.
It's like the number one Canadian chain.
Yeah. But it's not like it's technically fast food. It's like the borderline because it's originally coffee.
It was originally bakery, so
bakery,
coffees
bakery,
and donuts. That's what they're known for.
But
like
now they're kind of ventured into fast food, but it's like a little healthier than McDonald's.
Yeah, it's not like burgers and stuff. It's wraps,
sandwiches and stuff. That's
like it's not great for you, but it's like, not deep fried stuff.
Yeah, it's not the worst.
Yeah.
So they have these new drinks called fruit quenchers, which is a big step for Tim's because I feel like they have like all their coffee drinks.
Yeah.
And they have teas. But like if you're not like someone like me, I like coffee. I do love a good iced cap once in a while though. Tea, like it's okay, like I'm going there, I'll get it, but like I'm not like in love with it. Yeah. They do have like these fruit chills, but they're so sweet and like that's like a full-on dessert.
I've never had those. I've always been afraid of them.
They're so sweet, and you just know that you're drinking like 6,000 calories or whatever it is. And then they have the lemonades, but they're so sour.
Yo, no. The strawberry lemonade?
They got rid of it?
No, I saw it.
Really?
The strawberry lemonade. It's really good.
Because they only had the yellow and the red one, but they got rid of the red one. I went into like...
That's the raspberry.
Oh.
There's a new one. So I think because of the strawberry chill... Because I think there's a strawberry flavored chill.
Yeah.
So they have strawberry flavored frozen lemonade. You have to try it. Okay. It's not that sour. I've had it. It tastes more like because they got rid of their smoothies. Mm-hmm. So it's essentially the syrup of the smoothie. Because the first time I drank it, I was like, this literally kind of tastes like a smoothie. It's not bad. I think you might like it. It's not as sour, nowhere near as sour as it used to be.
That's good. Because there was too sour for me. So like, there's not really any like my go-to drink at Tim Hortons. Like nothing I love. Like I'll get something if I'm there, but there's not like I'm like. Yeah, okay. So they have new fruit quenchers. I've tried them both. Roxanne hasn't.
Yeah.
So my verdict, but because I think I saw a TikTok of them like months ago, and I messaged you guys, you and Nadia, because I'm like, I think you guys, this seems like such a you guys drink. Like I have a vague memory of this, but like months ago, but we couldn't find them in any Tim Hortons yet.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure I did. Like I saw a TikTok. But like months and months and months
ago.
It
might have been when they were like first testing it, because now I've seen in a few Tim Hortons. Yeah.
So I saw them finally, because I finally left my house this week after, a long while not. And then I saw like this, what is this, watermelon strawberry, I think it is?
Strawberry
watermelon, yeah. And then I saw it and I was like, it's here. And I'm like, let me try it. And I brought them all home for my family. And I try it and I was like, okay. Roxanne and Nadia, because they both love the sour candies, like that really fruity taste. I'm like, I think you'll really love this drink.
Yeah?
For me, it was too sour, but it's also a blast of sugar. That's the problem. But I think it would be perfect if you water it down.
We've given some time, so we figured I hate opening the paper straws. They give me the heebie-jeebies, to quote Madagascar. I know they're great for the environment. Don't come at me, but they literally make you see that?
Yeah.
They literally make my hair stand up on end. But anyways,
live test.
I figured we'd give it a taste test live and then review. Okay.
I shouldn't have said my opinion first. So to give you an unbiased thing.
Smell check. Smells nice.
It looks pretty. Visually very, very pretty, both of them. Right?
This is the my hand's literally covering it. Strawberry watermelon, and then that one's peach. Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah?
Yeah. The burst of sugar isn't that much. I think it is watered down. Most of the ice has in fact melted because it's a pretty summery day today. Mm-hmm. That's nice.
Yeah.
Like, would I get it again after? So here's the thing. Old me would, but I'm actually.
She's new and improved, guys.
No, not new and improved. I'm damaged because here's a fun fact. So this is actually a story I wanted to tell. So this is perfect. So I am terrified of sugar now. And the reason I am...
Oh, I know where this is going.
No, you don't.
Oh, not the teeth? Not losing teeth?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was only part of the problem of why I'm... Well, no, because I brush my teeth and stuff, so I take care of them, so it's kind of like, I do my best, and like, whenever I have something sugary, I do my best to chase it with water. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. So one day I was working.
Okay.
And then a nice old couple, like super sweet people, like, you know, like I know I'm not huge on talking with customers, and some of my favorite customers are the ones that don't speak. But these people, they're really sweet, and like it was a really hot day out and we were working hard. So they came by and they were like, you know what? They were like, let us buy you some milkshakes.
Okay.
And we were like, you know what? That's so sweet of them. Like, we didn't really want to be like, no, I'm still not sure if I'm fully lactose intolerant, so stay tuned if it was going to work that way.
Yeah.
But there was a few issues that I didn't oversee. So they brought milkshake. It was from McDonald's. So I didn't know that was going to happen, because there are a few places that do like real milkshakes, I guess.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when we make milkshakes at our place, we only use the ice cream and milk, because we find that the flavor is still there, but it doesn't just taste like milk. It doesn't just taste like ice cream. It tastes like a nice blend, like kind of a more refreshing ice cream.
Yeah.
You know, well, milk isn't really refreshing, but
Yeah,
you get the picture. But when I tell you that I took a sip of this milkshake and all of my cells in my body dried up because osmosis sucked the water out from my cells into my bloodstream to make up for the sugar that was in this milkshake. It was one of the worst experiences of my life. Like, I wanted to cry. Like, it wasn't even like I wanted to throw up. My body was like upset. And me being a slight pushover that I am, I couldn't throw it out. I felt horrible. I was like, these people did something really nice.
Yeah.
I didn't want, and I was like, how bad can it be?
I'd be the same.
I was like, how bad can it be? I'll just chase it with a bunch of water. You know, and I was like, you know what? Listen, I'll just won't have any other, like, I didn't have much sugar in the morning because I've been cutting back from my doubles to my 2 cream 1 sugars. So I'm growing up. One time I actually, in fact, had no sugars because they messed up. Because my dad ended up getting, because my dad likes 3 cream and I get 2 cream and sugar, but in fact, me and my dad both didn't get any sugar in it. So I was like, you know what? That's okay. There's worse things in the world. But I kid you not when I tell you that legitimately I had to sit down after drinking that milkshake. I had to sit down and like take a break. I had to not only drink 1 water bottle, I had to drink 2.
Damn, that bad at McDonald's. I'm curious to try this now.
Horrible. And I got the vanilla one, which was half the battle. My sister got the chocolate one, just because they were like asking what flavor, and she said chocolate. So that was like essentially a vanilla milkshake with an extra pump of chocolate syrup. And me and her were both sitting there. We felt so bad. Like, luckily one of my brothers wasn't there, so we couldn't give him his milkshake right away. So we put it in the freezer. We knew my dad wouldn't want it, so we put that in the freezer. But then my younger brother was out, so we gave it to him. And he hadn't drunk it yet, so it was just me and my sister, and we sat there and we were like, oh my gosh. Like, it was, like, thinking back to it, I wish I just was kind of like, listen, I understand that they bought me something. I understand that it's bad to throw food out and like wasting it, but this isn't helping anybody.
It's causing your body pain.
Yeah, it was more mentally damaging than physically, because it's kind of like I just didn't eat sugar for like the entire next week.
Very fair.
But literally, I kid you not, like me and my sister were both sitting inside, and we were just like sitting on a couch, and we were like, oh my gosh, like this is horrible. We felt so bad, but like it was sweet of them to bring it. But yeah, so then ever since then, I've just been struggling to like
just get triggered back to the milkshake.
Yeah, I think like I'm so scared to drink sugar, any drink with sugar in it, like even juice. I haven't had juice in such a long time. Yeah. I've just been, and like even my coffees, getting that 1 sugar was like way too much for me. So I'm like kind of like trying to wean off of it, but I'll get there one day. I believe in myself. But then, there's another thing that happened with me with sugar. Oh, yeah. So I went on a walk with Nadia, shout out. And, like, we use an excuse to get a nice, Tim's run. Because there's a little Tim's on the way for, like, the little path that we go for. As you can check in my vlog, my day in a life in quarantine vlog, me and my sister, we went on the walk, we got some Tim's. So me and Nadia, we went, and I ordered myself, I was like, you know what, I'm going to get an iced coffee. It was a warm day. Yeah. I was like, I will legitimately be sweating profusely if I do not purchase myself a cold drink, but I needed my caffeine. So I get the thing, and it's like mixed. And I was like, okay, so I take a slurp, pure sugar. And I was like, oh, so she put the employee put way too much sugar in this. I might throw up. because it was literally just all sugar.
Yeah.
And then Nadia goes and she's like, look at the bottom. There's the layer of the sugar. So I just drank that and I was like, it wasn't mixed. Like the cream mixed, but not the sugar. So luckily when the whole iced coffee as a whole was way less sweet because I essentially took a good chunk out of it already, of the actual sugar.
Yeah.
But so that was funny too. That made me think of that.
Because the thing is, I think I'm much more of a sweet tooth than you. Like, I love my desserts. I love my, not so much candy, but I love just desserts and everything. But like with sweet drinks too, I'm really weird like that too. Like, I can't really handle that. Like, I don't drink pop. I can't stand pop. I rarely drink juice. Like, I'll occasionally have an apple juice, or when we do the cleanse, the juice becomes my form of sugar. But like, see, like for these two drinks. Like, I was actually going to say, like, it's actually not bad that it's watered down now. But, like, if you had a sip when you first got it, it was, like, just a blast of sugar so much. Like, I probably wouldn't get it again. But it's weird because I feel like I have such a high, like, the amount of, like, chocolate and, like, cookies and cake that I can, like, handle.
Yeah.
Like, I can go sweet to the max there. But, like, drinks, I'm like that, too. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really like it.
Yeah, no, this is really good, actually, watered down. So just a recommendation, if you get this drink, get whatever ice they put in there and then just let it water down, and it's actually really good. Like, but like, it's so bad because like I look at it and I'm scared. I'm scared to take a sip, even though I have already tasted it and it is not that sweet, it's not that sugary. I am genuinely scared. So we'll see how long that lasts. I've had a little bit of candy, but like it was always like just very scary for me to take a bite. I was like, is this gonna be a redo of the milkshake? Just because
it's like so strong. No, I get it.
Yeah, and it was funny though because my sister, she was like, oh shoot, like is it like if you're lactose intolerant or like kind of on the border, like isn't it gonna hurt you? And I was like, please, we both know that there's no milk going on in that milkshake. There's no real dairy.
Straight sugar. Now I'm curious to try these. I mean, next time I'm going to McDonald's, I'm going to get a milkshake.
Next podcast, you're trying that. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do. Each podcast, we'll do a little trying thing. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, before we move on to our new segment, we got to do our old segment.
Yes.
Song of the week. So, fun fact, where's my cell phone? Okay, I'll be back. It's using the bathroom.
I have to wait to get back to tell you my song of the week because it's just so exciting.
Okay, I'm excited.
Also, I need to pop a Timbit in. I don't know if I should do that on screen. I've just been staring at them.
Again, see why I haven't reached for them? I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm literally traumatized.
Guys, while Roxanne's checking your phone, I'm going to dig into a coconut Timbit. These are probably, I would say, number one right now in my life. The birthday cake are a classic. However, I put toasted coconut above them. I used to love the blueberry Timbits, but then when I ate them all summer long, they quickly became not my favorite. Oh.
Okay. I know what song it is now.
Oh my god, that one sounds good.
I'll go for this one. The one covered in sugar, literally.
I hate those, so perfect.
My wisdom teeth have been giving me problems. It's so hard to chew. That's why I went like that, because because otherwise I start biting on my cheek, but then the air just came out and I was like, well, now I just look like I'm attention seeking. But I'm back. Okay.
Song of the week.
My song of the week, Boys Will Be Boys by Dua Lipa.
Oh, I think I've heard this.
She performed this. I cannot tell you where, but if you look up Dua Lipa, Boys Will Be Boys, it's the video of her standing. Like, she's just standing. I think the thumbnail's like standing and she's wearing a black dress. That's the one you want to watch. She did such a good job. When I listened to it, her voice,
like, left an impression.
It was so good. And like, listen, I know she gets a lot of hate for her dancing. I don't know if you've ever seen her dance.
Yes, but it's reversed now because of that one performance.
No,
I don't know if you saw the pink one.
Okay, we're going off tangent. I have to. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. Improvement, 100%. Dare I say, good enough to put her on stage and endure the hate that she has previously gotten for her dancing? No. There are a lot of moments in that video that she wasn't doing a great job but here's my beef with it. Mm-hmm. She doesn't need to dance. No. If you watch the Boys Will Be Boys performance, she essentially just stood there and then she did a little bit of walking because her dress was like big and poofy, so I think it was kind of like, you're not gonna whatever. And the song is slow, so could you imagine? Boys will be, she's like throwing it back. So you like, it's not a song that something like that would be happening naturally. Mm-hmm. Anyways, she sang that song. Her voice was like literally perfect in that performance. Don't get me wrong, in other things when she dances, you can kind of see that she's getting a little bit out of breath. So like in other performances, she hasn't been as good. But and then like I was like, that song is so catchy, holy smokes. And she just did such a good job in the performance. I was like obsessed with the song now. But yeah, I'm not hating on her. I am hating on the people who are making her do this, because I know she wouldn't choose to do this. I'm just saying.
I think it was much of an improvement. So like people were like praising her because like,
she was going from zero.
You know which one, the hip one?
All of them. Everything was horrible.
Oh god.
No hate to her. I would never leave her a hate comment.
Yeah, she's super talented. My brother loves her. Oh my god. I think she's really hit the market with like the new generation. Like she's like such a like extremely big pop artist.
Yeah, she's a talented woman.
Yeah.
I'll give her that. Well, she's a talented artist, period. You know, like she's gonna do some good things.
She has huge
questionable hits. As a person, you know, all her traveling during the pandemic.
Oh really? I don't keep up with it. Big time.
Especially it was like once, I think it was one point where like I think kind of the second wave was hitting a lot of people, where like a lot of people were back in lockdown. She was just out and about on vacation with her friends. Like, listen, I'm not saying tear her down, whatever. I'm just saying that is something that is on her. And it's just like, you just put it towards her character, you know, like you just got to recognize it and just be like, you know what? Yeah, sure. She did this, but just forgive and forget. Or wait, I don't know what the saying is.
That's the saying. I don't know if it's the right saying.
Yeah, I don't. But you know, I'm not saying send her death threats. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You know.
Yeah. That's right. No, before I get into my song of the week, but what you said about performances, I think there's some performances that like you can hear and it'll make such an impact and make you like love that song. But another one that just remind me of that. But like, you know, Save Your Tears by The Weeknd and Ariana.
I have watched the video 100,000 times.
Oh my god, Roxanne. Oh my god, that video.
I got chills.
Oh my god, same. That song, like when it came on Spotify, I was like, yeah, it's great. But after watching that performance live, I was like, the best song ever.
I was thinking that too. I watched that video because it just like casually popped up on my feed. And don't get me wrong, the first time I heard Save Your Tears, I loved it. Immediately downloaded it because I was just playing, like I was just like browsing or whatever. And then, so when they were performing it, I was like, oh, okay. Like her remix was fine. I listened to it. I was like, oh, it's nice. It's good. You know.
I have chills just thinking about it.
That performance, when she comes out, you can only barely hear it because the crowd went wild. And I felt like her mic was turned down really low. She goes like, oh my, it's going to be so bad. She was like, Yeah. So she does that. I like got chills. And then the way she comes out and like her whistle, she just casually whipped out those whistle notes. And I was like, I would have like had to like be in the back preparing for like 30 minutes, not singing, and she just went there. She was like,
I don't even know what my body's going through right now, but like
chills. I have chills thinking about it.
Guys, when I saw that performance, I was like, okay, I have to listen to this live because like, guys, I listened to it. I cried. Guys, I full on started bawling. I don't know why. I do know why.
Well, like, they were saying so save your tears. I don't know why you're joking.
I know, save your tears. They weren't saved. I was giving them to them. It was so good. It was so good. And I think it just added into the fact that I really love Ariana Grande. Like, I've been to a fan. I've been to so many of her concerts. And then just thinking about seeing her live, I was like, oh, I miss this so much. I want to see her live so badly. So I think all of that tied in with I just bit my tongue so hard. Tied in with the most like beautiful performance ever, and like her voice and The Weeknd's voice go together so well. Like
they sound, and both of their voices live are immaculate.
They're both
Dare I say though, nobody come after me. I'm just gonna say. So listen, in the past, I have in fact said Ariana Grande live, she struggles hitting regular notes. You can hear that in her previous stuff, but I'm officially saying
you're revoking it.
No. Those videos, she sounds horrible.
Okay, no, like now.
But she has improved so much that legitimately she's hitting every note.
Yeah,
Before, she was very hitting her low notes. Like, if you listen to her previous songs, I heard one of her live performances, like, damn, man. Like, her high notes were immaculate. And, like, I get that's talent. I'm not saying, like, more people can hit the low notes than the high notes. Yeah. So I was like, you know, I understand why she's famous. But yeah, so I heard those things were still, those performances are still online. They're still not great. However, amazing voice. That video, and like it just, because I knew she got better. I heard it in her other albums. She started sounding better. But literally that was probably the best live performance I've ever seen online.
Online, yeah. True.
And her low notes were just as perfect as her high notes.
She's
just as perfect.
Finally found like her perfect genre, like where she fits in.
And
like,
she has finally. I think what it was is when she was younger, she didn't have as much control over her voice.
It's no, because a growing process.
She has amazing vocal cords. Yeah. Learning to how to use them properly, she did, and she nailed it. Yeah. And she's never going back to hitting a bad note ever again.
She's one of the greatest vocalists of like our time, like for sure. Like she's a legend. She's gonna be learned about in history books like down the road.
She iconic. Like that was, and that performance. I think they need to take out the screaming people.
Yeah.
And somehow allow me to download that as a song, because the number of times that I have watched it is scary. There are a few other videos that I have watched as many times.
I had to stop because I was getting like I when it first came out, I just wouldn't stop listening to it, and then I was like, okay, I can't do it. It's too good, and then it just makes me so sad because like I've seen her live. And I can totally agree with you. Like, she's improved so much because I've been to most of her concerts that she's come to. Not a flex. I feel like it's like me just trying to flex.
Yeah, I've been on
Sorry, guys, I wasted my money. Not wasted. It was actually. I very don't regret.
Do you like her or not? Okay,
no, I love her. And like she's so good live. Like she sounds exactly like her recordings. Yeah. Like she's one of the few artists I feel like that can do that. And I was like, what I would do to see them both perform that live, like what I would have done to be in that audience. And hear, like I don't even know what kind of person I'd come out of them leaving there. Like,
no, that was phenomenal. Like, I genuinely cried.
And then I messaged you and I messaged Nadia. And Nadia's like, I watched it and I cried too. I was like, thanks, Nadia.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I felt emotional watching it. Like I felt something and like
did something.
And like I fell in love with it. Like literally genuinely I watched it so it's kind of sad. So I was actually marking at the time, and I just wanted some music, and I was like, okay, I'm hooked up to my laptop already. I'll just play some background music, no biggie. So then that thing came up and I played it. And, like, immediately, I was like, oh, I'll just watch it. Like, you watch it before I play and then before I get into marking.
Yeah.
So I watched it the first time, and I was like, my jaw dropped. I ended up watching this video, I think, 5 times before I even realized that I was, like, 3 hours behind in marking now. Yeah. And I was like, it was so good.
They put, like, some kind of magic in there. It's amazing.
And her outfit, looks so good, too. Yeah. The Weeknd looks so good. She looks so good.
Their vibes together.
I was about to say, because if you watch Dua Lipa and DaBaby, their performance when she was wearing the pink outfit, I don't know, was that the AMAs?
I don't remember which one. I think so.
Whatever. The levitating one. Their chemistry as a duo, not like chemistry like they're dating, but just like as a duo. As a duo wasn't there. Like you can see them standing next to each other and they just weren't vibing off each other. But The Weeknd and Ariana Grande were doing
like it was so
it good. Looked literally like they were meant to be on the stage together and like
it was so good.
It was so if you haven't watched it, please check it out. And then you will even if like let's say you're like, hey, that sounds a little extreme for Victory to cry. Victory and Nadia apparently sounds a little extreme to cry. Just watch it first. I can see it. I still find it hilarious that you cried, but I like because I didn't cry, but I did feel something. And I like please watch it. Do yourself a favor and just watch it.
It's
so
good. Rare for me that like music will like do it to that extent.
Yeah,
you know, but
so
sorry, I just started thinking about like I just can't wait till concerts come back. I will buy Ariana right away. Same with like BTS, seeing them live.
Oh, I want to see Ariana Grande live. So buy me a ticket.
We have to vlog it because it's gonna be me crying. Like perfect. I know I said I like back. So I used to be a big fangirl back in the day.
You're like tearing up right now.
I know I'm crying.
Like I've been watching her tear up for the past like however long we've been talking. You can see her eyes glistening.
Just thinking about it, like I can't. That's why I have to stop watching it because I just can't do it. But what was I saying? I lost my thought.
You said something about concerts.
I used to be a big fangirl. You know, back in the day, that was like my personality or whatever, right? And then I remember when I'd go to these events, I would cry just because I'm it's so funny. I feel like I have really bad with like my emotions, but like when it comes to something happy, faucet uncontrollably. Like, even if it's not even, like, I can predict that something, like, it's gonna be, like, you know, all those, like, bait TikTok videos that are, like, I don't know, like a kid coming home from school and, like, reuniting with, like, I don't even know. I can't even explain it. But, like, all those, like, bait happy videos.
Okay.
Like, they'll get me. And
those make you cry?
I can predict it, yeah. And, like, it'll instantly, and then I'm like, I can't watch it. But, so, anyways, back in, like, my concert, not concert, it was for YouTube. I hit
You're
this thing, like,
abusing
50
this
times.
thing. You're
And it's, like, it's not even that bad now, but for them, they hear, like, I kept, from the last one, I kept touching it, and then it's like, and then whatever. Sorry. And then so it'd be these YouTube events, and then I would cry when they came out because I was just so happy to see. It was just like, whatever, so happy. But then I got so embarrassed. Like, it hit me, and I got so embarrassed. I'm like, I'm crying to see these, like, YouTubers come on stage, and I just was like, what's wrong with me? And I made, like, this vow. I'm like, I'm never gonna cry again. But, bro, just thinking.
lo and behold.
Yeah, like, literally just thinking about seeing Ariana Grande live, like, makes me want to cry. Thinking about, like, when I go to the BTS concert,
Game
waterworks,
over.
like, full on. I think if
I'm
I go to
excited.
a concert that I don't even like the artist that much, I'll cry probably. Like, so
Fair. I mean, I've cried for less.
Oh, and like TV shows. Oh Jesus.
But what was it that you cried? Oh yeah, Pop Tate. Oh my god.
Oh my god, Pop Tate. It's, guys, it's really, yeah. I don't know if I told you this. I think I don't know.
Yeah, you did. We talked about this on the Riverdale episode.
Oh no, I'm doing something else.
Oh.
But I cry so much at TV shows. It's gotten, and like videos. I take selfies whenever I happy cry from something, just so at the end of the year we can go back.
Why have you never happy cried in front of me? I have to ask.
Well, we don't really watch TV together.
Oh, you don't really feel happy around me. That's what I heard. Did you hear it too, people? Comment down below. Say, listen, Roxanne makes me happy. Comment down below if I make you happy. So at least one
do you
person.
Cry when you watch our podcast? Do we make you that happy every week? No, it's like more like TV, like fake. I don't even know how to explain it, guys. I'm strange like that.
TV victories.
Anyways, we got on a huge tangent. My song of the week.
Yeah.
Stay right there.
I'm actually afraid. I don't know what's coming.
That's the worst thing I ever did in my life. I thought of this at 2 a.m.
What could it possibly be? You have something small. What's wrong with you? Like, are you okay?
No.
She's tearing up from something else now.
I can't breathe. I planned this bit at 2 a.m. It's so bad, and you're gonna make so much fun of me, but it's okay. It's so stupid.
You're hysterical.
Like, I can't breathe.
Could you imagine if I don't end up laughing?
You're not. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Uno reverse card. It's my song of the week is Justin Bieber. I don't even remember the song. From the Justice album.
Ghost? Maybe?
No.
Die for You?
It's the one with Little Uzi Vert. What's it called? Oh my god. I can't remember it. The bit's gone to shambles. Her pigeon's on the floor.
You're hysterical. Like, are you okay?
I'm really not. Oh my
I thought you got a personalized Uno card with the song of the week on it, so when you pulled it out, I was like, Uno reverse, is that a song?
No, because every single week Roxanne usually gives a song from Justin Bieber's Justice album, and I was like,
surprise.
It's my week. I don't know what's going on. I don't have it written down. It's There She Go. There she go. Got on my baby right now. There she go. Na dirty dancing.
I don't think I know what song this is.
It's on the Justice album. Oh God.
How have I never? Okay, I'll
It's
have
the
to
one
listen
you
on the
don't
way
know.
back. This is the one I don't know what it sounds like.
Favorite.
That's so funny.
Okay,
Oh, that's
so that was my
hilarious.
bit, my Uno reverse card. I don't even know if it came on screen. Was it a good
You
bit?
showed it to me. Yeah, it was a surprise. It kept me on edge. I was like, "What's going on, people?"
Oh my god.
That's too good. Well, hey,
Well,
finally, I don't have to get roasted by
I cried in
you.
front of you.
Yeah, but that was because of yourself. Listen, one of these days, I'm gonna get you to cry. I'm gonna make you so happy you cry.
God.
It happens.
Wow. That was I don't
Your
know why.
mascara has run a little bit. You
Yeah.
gotta check your. You have a little speck right here.
Oh, I feel it.
Yeah. Okay, you're good.
Okay, guys.
Jeez, that was a wild 3 minutes.
I couldn't hold it. I don't even know what came over me.
Is that the fashion thing that you had for me though?
No.
Oh, okay. I
just thought of this bit because I was like, it's so funny because I'm doing a Justice song after making fun of you every week for putting it. Guys, Justin Bieber, please just like give us a shout out. Your whole playlist on our playlist.
I know.
Your whole album.
Gosh.
But anyway, speaking of new segment, I basically thought of this new segment we could do. But basically, I think we've talked about this many times before. I have very interesting like fashion purchases, I guess you could say. I purchase these questionable things that sometimes I like, but I know the general public won't. And sometimes
what was that noise?
The bird?
No. Is your laptop working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just going crazy now.
I'm making sure because remember that one time where we heard a vibration and I was like, what was that? And you were like, it's nothing.
Yeah, then we lost
we lost the footage. Yeah. So
but basically I buy all these like interesting things and I thought how fun would it be if every week, or not every week, but like every time a couple of weeks a segment, I'll find one of my interesting purchases or something I haven't told Roxanne about yet and then get her to give a review. We'll get a review and a judgment out of 10. Out of 10 on the scale, like 1 being ugly, you should never buy that, and 10 being like, actually,
I think we should go from negative 10 to 10, honestly. Okay.
So I have a new fashion.
Okay.
Like, so it could be like, I don't know, anything, like a shirt, pants, whatever, like inspired by my wonderful shirt from last week's podcast this came from, but I was like...
If you haven't checked that episode out, take a look at it because you have to see the shirt. Like, I didn't even say check out the podcast, check out the video to really understand what the shirt was all about.
So audio listeners, you can check us on our YouTube channel at 2GirlsBeingBros to get a visual, or you can also follow us on Instagram, 2GirlsBeingBros_ and TikTok, 2GirlsBeingBros, and as well as Twitter, 2GirlsBeingBros. That went on way too long, but I
that's okay.
forgot that of all our platforms. But anyway, so I have a fashion item for you today. I'm gonna need you to close the little peepers.
Oh, I am actually just gonna go. Could you imagine? I just leave. Okay, so my eyes closed.
I'll tell you when I'm ready. This one's an accessory. Oh,
where is this coming from?
Don't worry.
How did I not notice that this was with you?
Victory's sneaky. Oh.
What is that noise?
Wait, let me...
Is it a neck? Oh, it's a necklace.
Let me do that to give you the full... This thing might look stupid because of my... Whatever. I can't really see what I look like, so hopefully it looks fine. Okay.
Do you know how to count?
I just realized everything's like tangled.
It is a necklace. I knew it.
3.
If it's a strap on his sunglasses, take it off. I can't believe I called it. Why would you even think of that? I don't know. Because I thought, what else could it be? Oh no!
So guys, so for audio listeners who can't see, I'm currently have one of those chains that attaches to your glasses, so like you can wear it as like a necklace, I guess. It's more of a
what purpose is it? Put it as a necklace
it's
right now.
more of a fashion, like if I'm at the library and I'm reading my book, but then I'm like, oh wait, I don't need my glasses, but I don't want to lose them. You just kind of let them hang. But like you wouldn't wear it like that. It's more of a fashion statement on.
So I have to be delicate here because I understand that I am not a glasses wearer. I do not need them to see. So I do not want to be insensitive to the community of people who do need glasses to see because I understand that that is actually something very important that people tend to look over. However, with that being said, why do you want to show that looks so bad? Like it looks so bad.
When I bought it, I was like, it could be a vibe, like a little.
And
accessory.
what would you rate it? Like, before I give you my opinion, I want to hear from you first.
Okay.
Out of 10.
Out of 10. See, I think from certain angles it actually doesn't look bad, but like.
Oh, could you show me that angle?
No. And with like maybe the right outfit, like I think if I was wearing this little shirt and this little sweater vest, but with a little cute little. With a cute little skirt, then I think it could be
okay.
I'd say average. Not
come closer. Look more perpendicular. Look. Let me. It's worse than I thought. Oh, it's so.
That's like a little extra accessory. Look, would I See, I think I'd be embarrassed wearing them in public. So I'd rate it a 4. I'd rate it a 4 because I don't know if I could. I think I'd wear it for an Instagram. Would I wear it in public? Probably not.
So you'd rather have it commemorated on the internet forever rather than wear it out once or twice?
I think it could be a little bit of a vibe.
Okay, now, so you've given it a 4. That's interesting. Yeah. I would probably give it a 2. Okay. Now, it's 2 because you could argue functionality. However, I noticed that the one mirror there, it's a little far down, so it might have been falling a little bit. So functionality-wise, I guess it gives it a point. Now, my severe issue with it is just how awful it looks. Just truly awful. Now, if we're going for the looks, which I assume we are because they have decked it out with the nice chain and stuff, it failed miserably. It does not look great. So therefore it gets a 2. On you, it's also a 2. On me, I don't have glasses, so I cannot do a me ranking.
You can put it on your mask.
Do you have a mask? Because I want to see it on a mask. I want to see it on a mask so bad.
Oh, I don't have one on me. I'll have to get one.
Okay. For a mask, absolutely not. I think that would look even worse with the dangles coming from my mouth.
Oh no, because it would be attached to the ear.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. But you could attach it to this part. They're both ugly, so we really couldn't. Yeah, so a Roxanne rating. So there's a victory scale and then the Roxanne scale. So it looks like a 2 on you. Yeah. And I would never put it on myself, so it would also receive a 2 because I guess functionality would be a mask. So that's what I would go with, if I'm being honest.
Let us know what you guys think of my glasses chain. I hope it's visible. I think it is. I don't know.
I hope it isn't. Just for your sake, I'm kidding.
That was my
I can't believe I guessed it.
I know.
What's wrong with me?
That's like, why would you know that?
Why would I think that? The only reason I thought that because I was like, it's either a really ugly necklace, but I was like, Victory wouldn't buy something that she genuinely thought would be ugly. So I was like, the only possible thing, because I heard you fidgeting with your glasses, and I was like, she's either taking them off. Okay. So I thought it was first a pair of glasses, but then I heard a little dangly thing, and then I was like, I guess it's a necklace, and then I was like, even worse. It's a necklace for your glasses.
Yeah. So that was the segment. Let us know what you guys think. I have lots more where that came from.
I'm excited to
see
it all.
I know, but maybe she'll want to relive them. Maybe she won't.
Maybe I won't. Stay tuned.
So, I mean, I did spend only $1 on it, so like not the end of the world.
It shows. It's a little more than I would ever pay for that.
Maybe it'll be on my Instagram one day, if I find the right look.
Or if I allow it. Surprise! I run your.
That actually is convenient for your mask because you know you're not supposed to like fold it and hold it. Just wear a necklace, let it dangle. when you're taking it off, you know. Because you're not supposed to wear it on your chin or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try it on a mask.
That might look better. I am open to the idea of reevaluating upon further discoveries. Okay. That's what I'm gonna say. So, and listen, if anybody disagrees with me, you can for sure comment down below what you would rate it. Not just for yourself, but also for her. Maybe I went too low. Maybe I went too high.
Is the shirt from last week, is that a 1 or a 0?
Oh, that's a tough one. Because now there's issues of coverability that come into play. You know? That is out in the open. That's the last thing you put on. It's so clearly there. That shirt, let's say you got it for Christmas and you have to wear it to your aunt's house to show that, you know, like I respect the present that you gave me. There are ways to cover it so that you can kind of be like, oh yeah, see, I did wear it, and then you put something back on. So I would also probably give that a 2. Okay? Only because it is a shirt, it is white. So worst case scenario, you need a white sleeve. I guess you could cover it with like a vest, high neck vest, of course. A thick one so that you can't see the difference between the collar and the shirt, and then you could use the sleeves. What are you gonna say?
Sorry, I just wonder how it would look with a crew neck, but you pop the collar out.
That would be so ugly. Do it. Okay. Next podcast. Yeah. So, but yeah, so that one would. So far we're at 2s.
Okay. Maybe one day my goal is to get a 10.
One of these days.
Yeah.
One of these days.
Maybe will it happen this year? I don't know.
Stay tuned.
Make sure you subscribe so you can find out.
Give us a thumbs up.
Oh, that'll be a fun segment. And we have guests. We can get them to read it too.
They're gonna be too kind to you. That's what she wants to bring on guests. She wants someone to sugarcoat things for her. I'm sitting here. I'm not sugarcoating. Whoa, sugarcoating it for you.
With me.
I know. I can't let you slip because what? You think I'm gonna be associated with you if I let you slip?
I believe
you are not wearing that out in public.
That whole Uno bit. That's like probably the most embarrassing thing I did on this channel.
It's really smart though. I do appreciate it.
Thank you. I thought of it when I couldn't sleep last night because I have insomnia.
That's the topic for another day.
Self-proclaimed insomnia.
I want to do. You know what we should do? We should get our allergy tests together. Allergy test done.
Do you know what it is? You get like a million needles poked in you.
Never mind. You can get it done. You can get it done.
We can if you want to. Yeah, Augustus went. It's like a million.
I thought they just put it on your skin.
No, they have to put it in your skin.
Yeah. They can try that. They can try to put it in my skin as best as they want.
Like not like I don't
There's
mind
gotta
needles,
be a better
but
way.
that doesn't seem like a fun time.
There's got to be a better way.
Maybe it's for certain things though, because he did a bunch of bee things.
Oh well, yeah, they sting you, so they get you in your.
But then no, if you find out you're allergic to something, if you put it on top of your skin, what if your skin just doesn't allow a reaction? It needs to go in you. So then they inject it, right?
But I think the whole point is to find out like severe allergies.
Isn't it? You have a peanut allergy.
Yeah.
But what if you are allergic to them, but not severely? But
that's,
you only know
that's what I'm saying. The doctor cares more if you're about to literally die if you come in contact with a peanut.
Test just to find out if you're a little bit. So then they would inject it, not just say you're allergic.
Maybe.
I don't know.
You should get it done and then let us know. Yeah. Let us know how it goes.
I'm scared. I don't know if I would do it, but probably because I get congested when pollen.
Okay.
So maybe like I'm allergic to like whatever grass or some
test
stuff.
It out.
I don't know. Whatever the outdoors.
The pollen.
The outdoors. That's what I'm saying.
Allergic to the outdoors. But yeah, what can I say?
Nothing.
Literally nothing.
Oh,
that was what?
I have something to briefly speak about.
Oh yeah?
Someone you want to like fight?
For some reason I thought you were gonna say I have something to. I thought that was a drink and I was about to cry.
That's just their pigeon friend.
Yeah, causing more trouble than not.
Technically me keeps knocking him, but.
Yeah, well, if there was no pigeon, you wouldn't have to knock him down. It's so creepy.
It's so creepy.
But anyways, continue.
Sorry, what was I saying? Oh, so guys, we're about to become a sports commentary podcast right now. No, but I just want to bring this up quickly. Did you hear about, just because it gave me so much joy. It sounds crazy. The TikTok v YouTuber boxing whole event thing. Guys,
yeah.
I have a couple. So I'm not going to speak for both of us, but I'm pretty sure like we don't really care about boxing or sports.
What? You don't? What? You don't know about my boxing obsession?
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm not big on boxing. I don't get boxing only because I feel like you're literally watching people beat the snot out of each other.
I don't.
So it's just like you're causing real harm to some people. But
yeah, if you want to do it, that's cool. But it is cool, I think, how like the YouTube and like just like how social media has taken over kind of that sport. Like not to say that boxing was irrelevant before like YouTube boxing became a thing, but they definitely gave it more like attention and like got a different crowd to like get into it kind of. Like
here's my thing.
You know, I think that I appreciate and respect that.
I understand what you're trying to say.
You know what I'm saying?
I disagree. I think that's what they're doing. What they're doing is turning boxing into a YouTube/TikTok thing. So these people aren't like the fans of the TikTokers and the people. They're not gonna watch. They're not gonna any other match that their person isn't into.
That's the thing. They're not gonna go and watch actual boxing.
Exactly. They're not gonna go watch the UFC. Yeah. They're literally just creating a whole new thing. Yeah. So that's something different because it's they could have done anything. They could have done soccer. They could have done basketball. Heck, they literally could have done like paintballing. And it would have they're just creating a new thing for TikTokers,
but it's doing
for their viewers to watch.
Like the amount of people that like watch it, like even though if they just watch because they want to watch it in person, but
it's because they're all idiots and everyone wants to watch the idiots beat each other up. Bro. Like no offense, sorry, like I'm sorry, I don't mean like that wasn't to hate on people, but that's why a lot of people are watching it. It's because it's people they don't like.
What do you think? I didn't watch it, obviously.
I didn't watch it either.
But I paid attention to like the Twitter and I saw a bunch of TikToks just because I wanted to see Bryce Hall get a nice sock him to him.
Exactly. That's what a lot of people. That's what a lot of people are there to watch. They either dislike one or the other person. So then they literally only watch because they want to see them get beat up, which I think is a little bit cuckoo crazy.
Yeah.
Only because it's like,
but it isn't.
They're creating this, if you take it in, they're creating a very weird thing where these people want to watch these people get beat up.
Yeah.
That's very dangerous. Because you now feed, or like
especially
literally
feeding most of these people watching are kids.
You're feeding these kids with hurt. Like, you want to inflict pain on these people, so then they go and comment more hate.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the thing. Being adults, we can understand what's going on, but I think it's dangerous for kids. But anyways.
Yeah, I get both sides of it too, because I get that it's such a big entertainment thing, and like the numbers that like tune in to watch these things, it's insane. Like way more than like actual boxing, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And unless it's like huge name boxers, couldn't name anyone. Yeah. But like things like that. What was I saying? Yeah. So it's like and they make crazy amount of dollar bills, baby. Yeah. Yeah, so it just happened this weekend, and you know, since we're such qualified boxers, we're gonna give our little 2 cents and commentary. But like the main thing that I was so not excited for, but the one thing that pissed me off was that I don't know if you've seen like what I don't even know what it's called, like the thing beforehand, the press conference. How annoying! Press conference thing, whatever. Bryce Hall. Oh my god. Okay, so you know,
I didn't watch it, but
oh my god. So I didn't watch it either again, but I've seen like a bunch of clips, and I watched whatever overall, like what happened, like highlights, there we go. But just in general, like if we're talking about like the worst humans, like obviously I don't know these people, but based on what they portray themselves to be online, it's like Jake Paul, number 2 spot, it's going to Bryce Hall. Okay, I cannot, you know, again, I don't know him, maybe he's completely different IRL in person when you know him, but what he portrays online, oh my god, I can't stand this man. I cannot stand this man. I cannot.
It's because he's taking the Jake Paul route. He's legitimately doing that. Like, he's legitimately creating a culture of young people that are like ride or die and they're only watching him to literally embarrass himself. Like literally, like Jake Paul, like he does all this crazy stuff, and like the average human being watches that and they're like, why would you want to do that? Like, why are you doing this for your there's kind of a line that you should be drawing for fans, and they don't draw that line, so then they become known as these people who are just like, they're just creating very toxic things.
Yeah, and it works for that. Like it's like the wrong thing. It works for them because like we're talking about it, but like it's like, but at the end of the day, like you really want to be like that kind of person. Yeah. Exactly. Like, it's like realistically, that kind of, like,
you're not really doing anything. You're making money, and I'm fine. If that's like, your whatever. Goal, like congrats. That's like I will say, sure, they will probably make more money than I ever will. But I look at that and I feel sad. Yeah. Because it's like so many people get like bashed for things that's out of their control, but these people choose to do this to themselves. Like I saw actually a TikToker, and she said, she was like, I understand that they make money, but to what end?
Exactly.
You're literally, and I feel like it's dangerous for kids because then kids grow up thinking that that's what you need to do to make money, because they overlook the fact that there are a lot of people who aren't doing this and making even more money. You know, like Bryce Hall's talking all these numbers, but there's a lot of YouTubers, a lot of TikTokers who are making way more money.
They're actually putting in, like,
they don't need to advertise it.
Exactly.
And they're doing things for themselves, or at least for their viewers that will be something beneficial to them in some sort of way.
Like, I guess it's entertainment, but it's like, is it the right entertainment kind of thing? It's like that whole question.
And then not just that, I don't believe any outcome that happens in these things because they made so much money and they're only doing it for the money. In UFC fights, it's different because you literally watch these people. They know what they're doing. They're literally training their entire lives. They're putting on a show, but not because it's pre-planned. They're making just as much money. Anyways, people want to see these people because they're putting on a good show.
That's another one of the points I want to talk about.
You're not going to go to a little league game.
Is how like fake this one is. That's the thing. Because like
same with the Jake Paul one.
I don't even want to talk. Jake Paul is so stupid.
I'm convinced
and, like,
that was rigged.
Yeah, that whole thing was with the Ben guy or whatever, who wasn't even an actual boxer.
No, I thought he was.
He's a retired. It's not something else. It's
MMA,
boxing,
I think.
Whatever, I don't know the names, but it was something else. And I was like, okay, shocker. I can't stand Jake Paul. Oh yeah, my God. I can't. And he keeps winning these things, and even if they're not like you won against the whatever, like, okay, that's good for you, but like it just feeds his ego. so much, and you can tell
it's even
his
worse.
It's
What's
so
worse
annoying.
is it's feeding his fans' egos.
Yeah, and
right. So what happens is, even if you were to lose, what someone actually, I think it was Cody Ko or Noel Miller.
Mm-hmm.
One of them said they were like that someone was speculating that even so, it's like if Jake Paul was feeling that he was gonna lose, that he would have done something illegal, like one of the rules, like not illegal like the court of law. I'm talking like illegal in the ring.
Yeah.
He would do something illegal and get it disqualified, and then chalk it up to that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's part of the problem, because it's like he had to win.
He has to.
He wouldn't have lost.
He
wouldn't set himself up in a position
to lose. He's not mature.
Lose.
Like he's older than me, but he's like not mature enough to like do that. You know. What's it called? That reminds me, a side point of that. I remember the whole Logan Paul things back in the day. He ended up losing to KSI, and I feel like he needed that. I think if he didn't lose and he won against KSI, I don't know, because I feel like now, like, yes, he's done questionable things in the past, and it's not up for me to tell you if you should forgive him or not or whatever. But you can see that he's trying at least to change a little bit, and he's grown a little. You know, he's grown a bit.
In the public eye.
In the public eye. Who knows?
That's something that's very important too.
Yeah, who knows?
Unless you've spoken to him personally, I would never.
Yeah, you can never know.
I could never know.
Just based on what we see. Based on what he wants to see, who knows?
And also just realistic is kind of like the thing that he did. I'm not going to say because it's triggering for people. It can be. So I'm not going to say. But whatever he did do.
Yeah.
I would consider that he would just log off the internet and say, like, listen, if you, like...
At least still for him, the thing is that at least he's acknowledged that what he did was wrong, and he's that. I feel like Jake Paul, like if he was in the same situation, he would like never do it. Like never, he would acknowledge him just to continue having his platform. You know, like I'm not like the biggest Logan Paul fan right here, being like, yeah, you go, bro. But I'm saying at least you can see a little bit of, well, again, we don't know if it's legitimate, but like we can see growth, we can see change, we can see a little bit maturity, you know, especially compared to.
And I think it's still good though that even if he is faking it at least, then he's at least showing his fans what a good what should be done kind of thing, like how to act, even if it's behind closed doors. That's up to him. If he chooses to be like that, whatever. But it is very important for him to do that for his fans, I think. Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. Like,
for sure.
I feel like, honestly, losing that fight, I feel like that, like, you know, helped him on his, like, path. And he needed to lose. Or I feel like Jake, like, someone needs to, like, knock some sense into him. And, like, and then this goes back to, like, the whole Bryce, what I want to connect to, like, Bryce Hall is, like, before this fight, he was so freaking annoying. Like, he was the one who was, like, the whole press conference, like, he wouldn't let anyone else talk. He would just keep butting in, like, acting like he's the best. Oh, I can't stand that. Acting like he's the best. His famous quote is, like, I've been in 40 street fights and I won them all. Yeah, right?
It's like,
and the thing is,
good for you.
So, like, he was so, like, whatever, egotistical. Like, I'm gonna win. He kept calling out, oh, damn it, the battery's gonna die. We really just talk.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, please don't die. So, and like he was calling out KSI, being like, "You're next. Let's fight to this fight." And KSI was like, "Okay, win this fight, and then we'll talk." Yeah. Like he knows he's full of like garbage. Yeah. And he's just all talk. Fight day comes.
He lost.
All talk. And I was like, thank God he lost. And like, the thing is, he was going against Austin McBroom, who I don't like either. Stand.
Yeah.
But I was like, if Austin wins, the aftermath of it, he's not gonna, like, you're not gonna really hear about it. Like, Twitter's, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, his ego will probably be a little bit inflated, but he's not gonna go online bragging like, imagine if Bryce Hall won. All the TikToks he would be making, gloating, calling everyone out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But here's what okay. I understand what you're saying, and I do agree. Mm-hmm. But one thing was, so I watched the podcast with the BFF's podcast with the one where Dixie was on it. Mm-hmm. And she mentioned that when the whole scandal with Addison and Jack Harlow, that they were like dating or whatever, she said that like Bryce was like tweeting out, and like she was like, that's a smart move. So here's what I'm saying. He's literally doing this on, like, I feel like even if he won, he would have on purpose kept gloating until he would have lost, so that he gets the pity.
Oh, yeah. Like
but this is what he needed. He needed the pity because he got the people to hate him. But now you watch, and like even me, like I saw like him getting beat in the face, and I was like, I feel bad because it's like
I don't.
It's like, why would you do that to yourself? Because that's what I'm saying. I mean, from that he's angle, become like literally a punching bag for the internet, and I feel bad because I was like,
but he did it upon himself because he was gloating so much and he was so egotistical. Like
but it must be because he doesn't value himself. You can't literally put yourself in a situation like that and genuinely think to yourself like, you know what I'm doing is good stuff.
I think he's a Jake Paul where he's just so obsessed with the money and like attention and fame that he'll do anything for it, and he doesn't care, which is sad.
Yeah.
But
that's what I feel sad because and someone said, they were like, oh yeah, he gets all this hate, but like I think he's a good guy, and I was like, and I understand that he might be a good guy, then why doesn't he show it? If he really wants money, he can take this route, but he can't be surprised when people literally want to see him get beat up. Like that's so sad.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like that's what happened to Dixie too, because for example, do you see the thing where she was promoting her merch and she photoshopped just like a sweater onto her?
Yes.
And she was like, yeah, I did it. Well, like it worked because I was talking about it. And I was like, no, it didn't work. It made me see that. And I was like, why are you like, now you're literally resorting to the tactics that Jake Paul does where, and the stuff that James Charles used to do where it's like, no press is bad press.
But I guess
so I was just like, you're turning a page.
Yeah.
And you're going in a direction that hasn't worked for people.
Like people are figuring this stuff out. We're clocking on to it.
Yeah. And I was like, sure, people will talk about you.
But what kind of talk? How do you want them to talk about that? I guess like you don't care about what people say. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you don't want to portray yourself as someone who you're not.
Yeah. And it's like you're gonna get hate either way. But why are you purposely setting yourself up
for failure?
Why not for people to bash you even harder than they could if you were genuinely just being yourself?
Why not try to change people's opinion?
Exactly.
Like even if it's small amount.
Literally just be yourself. Yeah. Because she keeps saying that I'm gonna get hate either way, and I was like, exactly. So don't do this so people talk. Do what you want.
Yourself, and when you're genuinely yourself, people will.
She has so many fans.
We're back.
Our camera died for a little bit, but we're back and better than ever.
Yeah, ready to continue our boxing commentary because this is where you come for to get your review of the event. Yeah, we ended up talking off on Bryce Hall, and I misinterpreted what you were saying at the beginning.
Yeah,
I was confused, but I understand what you're saying now. Is that you feel like I feel bad for this kid that he will go to any amount to just be famous.
And I think it's because Jake Paul has led the way where like you can be this person and make money. So I think a lot of people are like, I think he's kind of going that route because like he sees, well, Jake Paul's
it works for
money.
Jake. Let it work for me, and clearly doesn't have enough.
So I mean, it's all up to him. Maybe he can change his ways. Who knows? It's none of my business. But that's just what I'm starting to see. And I'm just a spectator. I listen. Don't come for me. Don't come for victory. Literally, we're talking. We're
commenting on
from what we see and what is shown.
What's being put out there.
Exactly.
And just the main thing for me about that whole Bryce Hall thing is that he was just gloating, like whether it was an act or not, that he was just being such an egotistical
and it shouldn't
gloater.
Be okay.
And like it was just so annoying to me, and I was like, I hope you lose, just because of that. Like I just couldn't stand, like, not that I like despise him as a person, although I'm not a fan of him,
but it's like if
you're
just like
that attitude, I was like, nah, you deserve to lose because you're acting that way.
Yeah, and
it just pissed me off. But like that was the main thing of that whole thing. But like another thing I don't want to talk about is just the whole event itself was just it's so like it's rigged. It's like no, it's fake, and like
it's a show.
It's just it's a show. It's for entertainment. That's the end of the purposes. And I was listening to that, and like the thing I think that makes it so weird is most of the people on that, what are they called, cards, boxing cards? I don't know. Most of them on that are like inexperienced like people, but who don't want to be boxers. This is where it gets weird, right? And I was listening to this because one of the people there, I mainly watch British YouTubers. That's why I don't know, but one of the fighters on there he's Gibb, Anason Gibb. I don't know if you know which one he was.
Oh, that's the loss to Vinnie, right?
They drawed, but
oh no, then that's Taylor's fight.
Oh, sorry, yes, Taylor. Sorry, that other one's Deji. Oh, sorry, I got them mixed up. Okay. But so he actually wants to pursue boxing. He's been training extremely hard, and I listened to a whole podcast, the Fellas podcast, where he was a guest on there, and he was talking about this, and he was like, I actually want to do this. Like, I actually want to fight. And he's been in a couple of fights. He lost to Jake Paul before. So this was his redemption fight. This one. And he's like, I should do it because most people on this thing are doing it for money, and you shouldn't be doing this for money. You should be doing it because you want to be doing it, you want to box, you actually want to get experience, whether you want to lose or not. If you're inexperienced, that's fine, but if you actually
learn
want
a
to
lot by
pursue
losing
it,
too.
if you actually want to pursue it, this is good training. He was like, like, I want to be a boxer. This is like experience for me. He's like, win, lose, or draw, I get experience.
Yeah.
Like, that's what his mentality was. And he's like, all these people are just doing it for money, which just makes it so like cringe and kind of annoying. And it's not taken seriously at all.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you're not going to be respected. Right? And then it plays into it further because this whole event, I think actually Taylor Hoarder was one of the people who organized it.
I could believe it.
I'm pretty sure it's him, and I don't know who else did it with, and they did it with Social Gloves was the company. I don't know if they're the company. They're the one that's hosted it. I don't know what their involvement was. But basically, so the fight between Gib and Taylor Hoarder. So again, I don't know anything about boxing, but it was, everyone was saying it was like whether it was
I heard
clear that Gib was the winner, and like from what I saw the clips, like Taylor wasn't giving one punch. It was him just getting like beat up by Gib. So I was like, okay, from my perspective of not knowing anything about boxing, like he's not throwing anything. He's not even blocking it because he's literally getting punched out in the face.
Yeah.
Right. But then everyone was saying it's clear as day that like Gib, and even like you can't trust like the little fangirls who are fans of Taylor.
Yeah.
You know, to get it. But like all the people who are like neutral, people like, I guess Keemstar, how neutral can you be? But like whatever.
Yeah.
Like all those people were all saying like it was evident that Gib was gonna win.
I saw a picture of the stats. It was like I think like hits, blocks, and like I think a Gib.
Yeah.
He had like in the 40s, and then Taylor had like in the 20s.
20s. And it was so like the stats showed it. I remember the clips, like the referee's face was so funny. Even Taylor's face was shocked that he like when they said draw. Like so they said they ended up in a draw or whatever. And like apparently like one judge scored Taylor every single round that he won or something. So everyone was so confused. Like it was crazy because I remember watching stories because I follow a bunch of British YouTubers and they're like, yeah, Gib won, and I'm like, oh, he won. And then the next snap is, what the heck's happening? Like it was so clear as day that he won, and then all of a sudden it was a draw, and then Taylor was the one who organized it, and I was like, what's going on here? But then today, literally an hour before I picked you up, a statement was been released by the company that it was it was like a Miss Universe thing. So Gib actually won it. All the judges like were in favor of Gib, but it was presented. It was a human error, they said, as a draw. And I was like, what are you trying? And then it's like, okay,
when you're at the event and literally seeing that someone's hand is raised, but all the judges conveniently were sitting there and saw that the wrong hand was raised.
Like it was a human.
Come on.
Like it's not human error at all. It was just because so many people knew that he clearly won, that they're like, what are you trying? You can't pull a draw.
Exactly.
Like if it was even matched, maybe, and it'd be like, okay, it's not fair, but okay,
and then
fine.
it would just be like subjectively where each side wanted each side to win.
Like the stats, like you said, there was like 40-20. It was clear as day that this guy deserved to win, and he didn't. And then they're like human error after they're getting all this slack and like back, and I was like,
not slack.
How do you expect
they were like, getting pushback?
Yeah, and I'm like, how do you expect to be taken seriously? Like no one's ever gonna go do a Social Gloves boxing event ever again. Yeah, if it's just like now you have tainted your name as like just being rigged, and I'm like, what are you trying to accomplish? Like,
and the funny thing is, I actually saw something. So it was someone had commented on I think a post of Taylor or something, or just the fact that he lost, and he commented. Excuse Delilah. And what happened was that someone was like, oh, like he lost so bad, I can't believe it was a draw.
Oh my God.
And he responded, and he was like, oh, like I did pretty good or something like that. And I was like, listen, I'm someone who's like, just because you lost doesn't mean you did a bad job or anything. You just lost. Even if you're proud of yourself at the end of the day, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But in that position, I too would have been like, you know what? Listen, I did put up a good fight. However, he did put a better fight.
And
I
he
shouldn't have
admit
won.
that.
And he couldn't. He was trying to like defend himself. So I could see that it was like purposeful, just like because he was the organizer. So maybe he didn't want to look bad.
I just don't understand why. I saw that too, and I was like, okay, I understand. You have an opportunity here to be like, yeah, he deserved to win. But, you know, I respect you. That was a great fight. Maybe one day we can fight again. Like, he could have easily turned it to get people to like him. But then he's taking this angle where it's like, what do you mean? I actually did way better than I thought. Like,
and it's kind of like he was kind of saying as though people were just sending him hate. Versus like people were upset with the fact that it was rigged. You know, like those are two very different things. But, so that's interesting. And I noticed that too. It was funny because only one TikToker won.
Yeah.
Vinnie.
That's the last thing I was talk about.
Did you see the one hit that he had?
Yeah.
It was kind of cool. I was like, damn, okay, that was worth it because that was like, you could see there's some sort of skill to that. I don't know about the rest of the fight. There was just this one move that he did. Mm-hmm. And he did it and he executed it well. Like, it was like kind of like a fake out where he got like a nice hit on him. So I was like, I mean, listen, like,
no, the thing with him was, I don't know if you saw the press conference, but in the press conference, So his fight was with Deji, so it's KSI's brother, and he's fought Jake Paul too. Oh. Deji as well. He was the first person to do it, and he lost too. But yeah, Jake Paul's never lost. But the thing is, at this press conference, they all were like to Deji, "You have the easiest fight. This Vinnie Hacker guy is no talent." They were like I don't know if you know FouseyTube.
I've heard of it.
So annoying. He was like one of the commentators, and they're like, "You have an easy fight." Like everyone was knocking Vinnie Hacker. And
do you know what's funny though? There was an interview where they were like, "Oh, what do you think is going to be the downfall of, I guess, Deji?
Mm-hmm.
Deji? Of that was that he's not going to take me seriously." And he said that. He was like, "I think that he doesn't think that I've been training for this, that I haven't been working hard, so he's going to go into the ring thinking it's an easy win." So that's funny.
But the thing is with that too, it was like everyone was against him, but Deji stood up for Vinnie. Like he had respect and was like so everyone was attacking Vinnie, and Deji was literally like, "What do you mean he's going to give me these?" He was like, "You don't know what he can bring to the table." And he was like standing up for him.
But also that's rude to Deji too. Why are you being
exactly,
like,
exactly.
You guys, because then you're diminishing the win.
Yeah.
No, but even if he did win, let's say he did win, and let's say
everyone would just be like, "You want to easy person."
Even if Vinnie pulled such a good, like, let's say it was a close call, and like Deji got him, like, even like, let's say, like it was good a match, and he still won, they still would have been like, "Oh, but it was easy," even if Vinnie put up a good fight. So and I was like, why are you doing that to someone?
They were so rude to like both of them. But then the best part was, which I loved, you know, this is Deji doesn't come from the box, she comes from the stories, guys. But like Deji kind of stood up for Vinnie in the press conference, and after obviously Vinnie won, he was the underdog, no one believed him, so I was like kind of happy. I was happy about
TikToker to win.
I'm the only TikToker, so never TikTokers, don't ever go fighting again, please, unless you're like serious about this. But then Vinnie literally went up to Deji after the fight and like what did like the bro hug, and I think he was like, "You're not a failure, like you respect him." Like, even on Twitter afterwards, he was like, he put up a good fight. He like tweeted KSI, he's like, "Your brother's like, you put up a great thing." Like they respected each other.
Even KSI tweeted at Vin, he was like, "Yo man, you did good."
Yeah, they all had the respect for each other, which
like, that's more entertaining to watch.
Exactly. Like it wasn't cringy. Like seeing them both have the respect them, whether win or lose, they both respect each other.
And that's what you get in professional fights. I think that's why people like that more. But I think nowadays they think all they want is the drama.
Yeah.
So that's what
I appreciated that so much more, and just seeing like their respect for each other, and like I love like I'm telling you, the underdog always wins, guys. It's the underdog story and stuff like that. And then but like the majority of it, like again, I'm not a commentated boxing thing, but I just found it like again, like Gabe was saying, like when you're doing it just all for money, it just becomes so like none of them are taking it seriously. It's just so cringy, and it's like all for the drama. Like the press conference, I couldn't even sit and watch the TikToks of like Bryce Hall trying to like clap back. It was so cringy for me. And then like either if you want to do it, like do it for the right reasons. Do it because you want to get boxing experience.
Or not even just that. If you are going to argue that you want to make good content for people or make entertainment, whatever, then don't post stuff like this. Like, you know, it's like, we're not stupid.
Yeah.
We can see what's going on. And like, you can say like, "Oh, well, it got you guys talking about it." Yeah. Okay. But you could have done something. Look at the press that Vinny's been getting is so much more positive and good than anybody else. Yeah. Everyone else was kind of like looking at that and they were like,
it's like hello? I had never heard of Vinnie Hacker before, but like now I'm like, oh, I'll go check out his stuff. Like I'll keep up with him. He seems like a good person.
He's gotten like a lot more followers since. So it's like he's actually been, that's the way to do it. You know, it's like here's the thing. I think they think the only way to get followers is through drama, and they're missing the side that can be something good.
Exactly.
You know? And hopefully that it'll get better and people will put on good fights, because then we can review some nice fights.
Guys, if you love this boxing commentary from us, let us
know if you want more.
I love when you were explaining like the one like thing. I don't know what
it's called like the Odeya, I think, or something.
You can tell me any word and I'd be like, yes. Yes,
absolutely.
Roxanne.
You say it, But so I mean, what can I say? Sure, it may not have been you got me talking about, but let me tell you, when I won't remember what happened, I'll remember Vinny beating him and it being a nice thing for people to watch. That's what's important.
Exactly. You know? But guys, that was a fun podcast back in the studio.
Back in the studio. First, and in the new studio, stop. That pigeon has caused so much damage this entire... I've been on edge because I'm like, is she going to ruin my laptop? Is that what's going to happen? Like, is it going to knock over something?
The pigeon's here to stay, guys. Leave a comment of potential names. Name our pigeon contest.
And with that...
And remember, kids, don't do too much.